Hi, I'm Randy Hollenbeck, and this is the Music Roundtable. Today on the show, we have John from metalcore band Execution Day.
Hey, thanks for having me.
That will set you free. I wanna get away before I break out these chains. Get away, oh run away from all of my pain. Do you hear me? I think I'm coming undone. All for you can say, you can't stop the monster.
I just want to start out with like an easy question. What was like one of the albums growing up that you could listen to like front to back without any skips?
Uh, that album for me would probably be the Melvin's Houdini. That record is just like really great '90s stoner metal, um, like grunge. Like it's very raw. It's There's a lot of good songs on there. I don't know. I love that record.
What was the album?
Houdini by the Melvins.
What sparked your interest in getting into music, playing guitar? Was it like a band, a guitarist, a song? What was the initial spark?
My initial spark of getting into music was always within my family. Like my dad played drums in a few big bands in Rochester, New York, and um, music's just in like my blood and everything I've done with my family. But like as far as like a certain player, um, I guess like because I originally started on bass too, so I guess like Cone from Sum 41 was kind of an inspiration of like continuing to do music, and even Derek from Sum 41. Um, uh, King Buzzo from the Melvins, another one. Kurt Cobain, um, Bill from Mastodon. Like I have like a big like umbrella of music that I really enjoy.
Okay. Was is that like some of your musical influences as far as guitar playing?
I guess my guitar playing has kind of really changed over the years of how I want to like go over music and stuff like that. Because like a lot of the metalcore players, like Jesse from Counterparts, or even the guitar player from Dayseeker, because that's what I kind of listen to now, is that kind of metalcore. Even though I was listening to like some grunge bands today.
Okay. How did Execution Day form?
Execution Day formed like way back in 2016, way before I was part of the band. Because like I joined in like 2020, so it started with Dylan and Jordan, who Jordan came back just recently, and a few other members. And yeah, it actually started from a different project called Handicap Parking Lot.
Okay. And how did you get involved? Did they reach out to you? Did they do auditions?
I got asked to play with them because my old band actually toured with Execution Day. We were on the road, and I just ended up being really close friends with them. And then they asked me to fill in on a tour, but that ended up falling through due to COVID. And then their bass player just never came back, and they just asked me to do it, and I said absolutely.
Okay. Do you know how they came up with the name for the band Execution Day?
I think it came from a song title that they were gonna name a song in their whole project. I think it was called "Execution of a Man's Heart," I think, and they just wanted to keep the name Execution, so it just made more sense to call it Execution Day.
Okay. Where are you based out of? What city?
Pittsburgh is technically the hometown, but we're all pretty spread out. Like I live in New York. Matt lives in Mechanicsburg, and Dylan and Jordan actually live in Pittsburgh. So I'm kind of the furthest one away.
Okay. I want to dig in a couple songs here. Monster. You worked on that song with Hayden from If Not For Me. How did that, did he like record that song or that album, or how did that come about, you working with him?
We're actually really good friends with Hayden, and especially our label directors. And If Not For Me, he plays drums. And as far as like Monster goes, Dylan had a demo, and he just showed it to Hayden. And Hayden's a phenomenal producer, so he really fixed up kind of like loose ends of how that could transition to something better. So the initial demo came from Dylan, and he just took it and made it something really unique and better.
Okay. Can you tell me like a memory about writing that song?
A memory of writing that song is just like having a good time with Hayden. Hayden's actually a really good hang. Uh, we we kind of like pick on each other. Like I go, Hayden, I love you. You're doing great, and he like gets super awkward. It's really funny. Um, and we always like joke around with each other, so it's always a good time recording, especially with Hayden because Hayden's a legend.
Every time I sit in silence, overcome with thoughts of violence, can't contain the constant struggle building up in my bones. This time I can't contain the carnage that unfolds. I think I've lost all control. Get away before I break out these chains. Get away, oh run away. Run away from all my pain. Hear me, I think I'm coming undone. All for what you can say, you can't stop the monster.
You just released Serotonin Serenade, and you got a feature on there, Marcus Vick. How did that collaboration happen?
So Marcus posted something on Instagram saying he had free time to do a feature, and he was going to pick somebody that he thought was, um, I'm not gonna say like worth doing, but he was just like, I'm gonna go through submissions and see who sounds the best for my voice, and we hit him up, and he really liked the part that he was going to do, and he just like really liked the song and our message and us as a band. So he was just like, I would really like to have my name associated with this. So it just came about of he was leaving for the Heaven and Bloom Part One tour, and he was just like, I'm down to do a feature.
Um, can you tell me something about that song? Like, what sticks out to you about that? What's your favorite part?
I think Marcus's part is my favorite part, and it's something that can really resonate with anybody because we've all had like bad breakups or a bad relationship that you somewhat miss. So like I think that's something we can all connect with.
How did this happen?
talk a little bit about your writing style. Is it like a collaborative thing with everyone, or do you like come in with like a guitar part and show the guys and then they go off of that?
It's pretty much very collaborative. Sometimes I'll have somewhat of a song that's finished, and then I'll have maybe a small idea that's like, I don't know what to do with this. Maybe if someone adds something else, I'll be, won't have this writer block. Because, yeah, that's what happened with Serotonin too, because Dylan had only a small part with that song. And the producer who worked on that was actually JD from Ice Nine Kills, who used to be in Ice Nine Kills. And he, because it was only like a 30-second clip of the idea, and he was just like, I love this, we're going to work on it. And that was just a 30-second idea from Dylan. And then I added stuff to it. And then Matt added some stuff to it, and Jordan added some stuff to it. So it's very collaborative in that sense.
Okay. So you just like kept on building from one little part to you finish the song basically.
Yeah, that with that song specifically, that had more of the collaborative because it was just a 30-second idea, while Monster was a little bit more fleshed out in its own way. But yeah, so like a lot of these new songs are very collaborative. The song we're gonna put out in like a couple weeks, like I mostly wrote that and Hayden like built on it.
Okay. Um you have an upcoming tour coming up. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
We do. We actually have uh, two tours that are running into each other. Um, we have 4 days with Wiseman's Fear, Cold State, and Who They Fear. We have 4 days with them. And then we have 6 days with Villain of the Story and Wiseman's Fear, and then Divine the Fall. And that's, we're doing East Coast into the Midwest. So that's going to be a really fun tour.
Um What's your plans for the rest of the year after these little two mini tours? What do you got planned? Like, you gonna release some more songs, tour some more? What do you got going on?
We're actually gonna finish up more writing for a record that we hope to be putting out sometime next year. Um, so we got some more dates finishing up that record. We have a couple singles coming out, and we're starting to book next year too. We were offered some dates that we need to figure out some logistics, but that's really cool.
How can we get a hold of you? Facebook, Instagram?
Yeah, we you can get a hold of us on Facebook, Instagram, uh, TikTok is a big one. Sometimes we use Twitter. I think we have other stuff. There's too many too much social media. I wish I could keep it all together, but I can't.
Do you actually use TikTok? Do you like do the dances and stuff on there?
I personally don't. It's kind of weird because TikTok is kind of like video, but like photos do way better than the videos do. So it's just smarter to just do photos. But now it might be smarter to do videos. Now it's so stupid. The algorithm is so stupid.
Okay. Let me see here. Uh That's all the questions I have. Thanks for coming on the show today. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
The only thing I'd like to add is um, keep streaming Monster and Serotonin Serenade, and like there's more music coming out very very soon, and hope you can catch us on tour. Um, we're going to be gone from October 2nd to the 10th. I hope you can make it to a show.